about to tell y'all why.
We in Chicago, it's 2 a.m. That bottle got me thinking.
I wrote that, what up? Chicago, it's 2 a.m. That bottle got me thinking. I'm missing all my demons. In the party tweaking. Give them silent treatment. I gotta go to school, keep my cool like I ain't see it. Keep my silence on how I'm feeling. Pop that bottle, let me tell y'all something. And that's why we are here. Imaginable Conversations is here. Stop playing. I finally stood on business this year. Everybody who's been tuning in, I've been posting it on Instagram, asking me when it's gonna drop. It's here. Wait is over. From here on out, y'all be seeing me either talk about certain things or just see me interview people in the community and stuff like that, people upcoming stuff, But just starting off, who am I? A lot of y'all may know me as Jose, some others Smiley. But it doesn't change the fact that I am y'all host for Imaginable Conversations. A lot of y'all probably like, why is this dude on my screen? I'm on your screen because something told you to click something. Wherever you see me, something told you to click it. But I'm telling you it was worth it. I'm letting you know right now it's worth it. If you click on me in the future, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to explain why throughout this little introduction, introducing the podcast, introducing this new channel that I made for the community, really. When I was creating it, though, I was creating the podcast. I was putting it on Instagram. And a lot of y'all were asking, what is it going to be about? Who is it going to be about? And to be honest, just letting everybody know, it doesn't just have one voice, one crowd, one audience. One opinion. No, it's really for everything and everyone. And just one example was just like I said, being able to take a Chicagoan, take him to Michigan, just because he know how to plumb, or just because your local people may not have a plumber. Someone from Chicago is willing to go, but we don't know that unless I go down there and talk about it. And that's the point, is being able to connect a community, and I want to go down to different states and be able to bring back to Chicago and be like, hey, look, I met these people, and just be able to spread love everywhere, what everybody's doing, what everybody has to offer in the community. And to be able to expand little and local businesses nationwide, really, that's a big thing. It's a lot of amazing things, different places. My guy's been in Arizona, Mississippi, and it's like everybody thinking of something going on. And I want to be able to publicize that, be able to bring it out, help them out. Hey, I've been telling hella people, like, hey, you could turn that major, and it's just a thought of networking. Like, a lot of people don't go beyond, but it's really what I think is bigger than what I'm doing this for is more of a why. And the reason I say that is because me personally, growing up, it was kind of confusing when to talk about something, when to do something. Just because growing up, I was told not to, sometimes you can't do this or do that here, or you can't say this and that here. And I got tired of hearing that, honestly. And it messed with my timing a lot, when to drop something or when to do something, and not feeling like this is the right time, and, get tired of not being able to do certain things because people say it's not the right time. Well, when is the right time? Who are you to say it is in the wrong time when it's not? That's just a norm that people put on you, but I don't believe in that. And I believe a lot of talents get wasted because of that. One reason I do say is this one guy I had locally, his name was Sammy, and he had knowledge that you can't buy, right? And what I mean by that is he was the local bike guy. And bro, this man's so cool, because this one summer, I wanted a bike. I'm seeing everybody with bikes outside. Everything was cool. Like, you was cool if you had a bike. It don't matter what type of bike you had. I mean, of course, there's better bikes out there. But, like, if you had a bike, you was chilling, bro. You was able to pull up with everybody. You moving just like everybody else was moving. If you had a mongoose, though, in a fixie, you had motion for sure. Sammy, my OG couldn't afford no bike, bro. And Sammy made it possible for me to have a bike. And the way he did that was one summer, he was like, look, I told him, I was like, hey, let me work this bike off. He said, how about you build your own? Bro, that shit fucked me up. That shit fucked my whole life up. He said, how about you make your own? I was like, I don't know how to do that shit. I'll teach you. He taught me. I built my first bike I had was because I built it. Sammy helped me build my first bike. Those for those who don't know, who ain't from the hood or who ain't local. Sammy's a guy who fixed bikes and anything you gave him. He used to be right there. What was that? 40 on the corner of 42nd to 43rd in Rockwell. You brought him a broken lawnmower. That man is gonna fix it so quick. But yeah, he helped me build my own bike. That's why I know how to build bikes now. So probably a lot of people don't know about me, but I know how to build a bike from scratch. Just because Sammy taught me though. Sammy taught me because I wanted that bike so bad. That bike was so raw. Hey, and they bogus as hell because he stole that bike. But yeah, like just for not having the right resources, Sammy could have went a long way. And I'm not saying he didn't. That man, he got everybody in the hood loved him. Don't matter where you from. If you knew Sammy, you was cool, Sammy. Sammy ain't had no problems nowhere. But being able to, before he, God forbid, time he go, before that he leave this earth, I want to be able to, for people to know, like, hey, yeah, Sammy was major in the neighborhood. Like, everybody knew this man just for fixing bikes. And, like, that's major to me. And it's a lot of people who the world could really love and show love to just because of what they do, but they just don't have the resources to come up and, for y'all to see them yet. But I'm going to break that. I'm going to connect. I'm going to break barriers and connect communities for sure. But one thing is, how did I come up with the idea of imaginable conversations? Now, that's major. Imaginable conversations came from, like, I ain't think of it by myself, and you're going to see my peoples as I go and start talking more through the podcast. You're going to see them start bumping in little by little, or if not, all at the same time. You never know. It really came from smoke sessions. Just smoke session. That's where the podcast idea came from. We smoking, just thinking, like, ideas bumping out the fucking ass. Like, what if we do this? Imagine we do that. Imagine, what this would be like if we did this. And it's like, I really... The name and the thought kind of came from the same place, but didn't come at the same time. I'll tell y'all that. Because podcast came, I knew what I wanted. I just didn't know how to do it, how to go about it until I really started looking into it. Like, and it get deep, because I want to do this as I'm here, not as I go. I want to, get there a little bit faster just by knowing what I'm doing. But the name came later on. Imaginable came from just tired of hearing everybody say, imagine this, imagine that, imagine this, imagine that. And I got tired of just hearing imagine. Like, what if we just do it? What if we just start doing this? What if we just start doing that? What's the most, what can we lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, of course you invest and do what you do, but what's the most that we lose? At least we're able to say we did it, right? And that's just something I want everybody to be able to experience, like just breaking that little thing, like, okay, that next step, okay, let me just do it. Don't matter who's watching, don't matter what someone's doing, just being able to be like, okay, let me break that little thing for someone else. Like, be someone's motivation to do this shit. Like, man, take that leap. Fuck all that little doubt that you got inside you. Like, what if that is the reason your mom don't ever gotta work again, or, your pops ain't never gotta work again? Don't matter who it is, be able to be that black sheep in your family and be like, man, fuck what everybody else think. I'm gonna do this because I know in my gut telling me I know. And that's just how I do. That's just how I be. So that's why. But I'm glad those imagines, because that imagine word is the reason, like, I'm here today in front of y'all, because I got tired of imagining. Got tired of dreaming. Let me do this for real. When you search something up, like, you kind of just type it in how it sounds. So first thing you're going to do, imagine sounds like it came with an E. So, thinking of, I got homies who don't know how to, spell right, honestly, and it's not to put them out there or nothing, but it's the truth. Like, everybody don't come from a good education. Of course, I want to help everybody out, you know what I'm saying? And it's just that start, helping them out just by, let me put it how it sounds, and that's cool. So that's where that imaginable came from. But just conversations. The last part just came from because obviously it's everybody having conversations at once. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just plain and simple. Like that's what we came to do. Talk, have a conversation about whatever you want to talk about, whatever you're doing. But the logo, I take pride in the logo because it took a lot of fucking work. Like the logo really like that shit took dedication and patience and a lot more. Cause man, I was at work trying to do this. I was like stressing over it, like really just trying to think, cause I want something. I've been wanting this. I've been hungry for this. But yeah, and I think it was really creative because turning the C into a camera and then having a little microphone thing coming out the camera because we're talking, not just videoing whatever we're doing. We're just having like conversations, and you're listening in, you're tuning in. So I thought that was kind of creative, just something popping up in my head. But just going with it though, not caring what nobody say. Of course I did my little votes. Those who know, I did my little votes, but that was towards the end. I already had this shit in mind. I was like, this is how I want it. I was like, yeah, this is how I'm doing it, and then I ain't post it till later on. And that's basically what this is for though. As far as what it's for and why I did it, why I'm coming up with this is really to give back. Those who are in the community who have amazing talents, and that's really what I came like. How'd you become the underdog and what made you the underdog and why you here? Why you here? Cause I got a reason to be here too. Like I feel your struggles, them tears at night. I feel them late nights you not sleeping cause this ideas from the work or you trying to understand why you feeling this. I understand that shit. That's why I'm here. Like that's what I'm trying to promote. You're not wrong for thinking that there's a reason you up trying to grind, trying to get to where you want to be. Like everybody don't got that in them. And it took me a long time to understand that, a lot of friendships got broken because of that. A lot of people got cut off because of that. I got tired of people just telling me, oh, I'm going to do this and showing up with no results. Like I'm really going through shit and still putting in results. Like, and it's not me being cocky. Like I'm proud to say that because I seen a lot of people give up too. Give up on their dreams because it's too hard. They can't, manage that stress and shit like that. Like, but I strive through that, and I know a lot of people just like me, and those people deserve to be heard and be connected to the right resources to make make right and right doings by what they can do with God-given talent. That's use that. I'm proud of the people who are able to get up in the morning and say that they use God-given talent to make some living for them and their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to do that too. But just a little bit about me, really. Just to get to know me a little bit. I was seeing, damn, phone I'm falling. We got him dozing. Sound a little tipsy. I'm a little drunk. What do you say? But like I was saying, just where I grew up from and what it was like growing up. I'm from Chicago, South Side, of course, the best side. I grew up moving a lot though, so I can't really say I'm from just this area or just this. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in a lot of places. Like I moved a lot. When I was born though, I would say from the moment I was born to pre-K, I lived in back of the yards across from Seward's. I remember a little bit about that. It's crazy because I started learning a lot, like real fast. I understood what was. Like I seen a lot. Just starting off crazy. But then I moved to a block with only my house and a fucking nursing home for neighbors. That shit was crazy. Shit was fun though. Shit was definitely fun. I had some of my best memories there too. No cap, some crazy ass memories. We gonna get to them crazy ass memories too. I'm thinking of one specifically. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have bro now come on this bitch and he gonna tell y'all too. But yeah, that place was fun. That wasn't, I don't know what to really call it. I don't know where it is specifically. But I know it's in between back, like literally down the like line of back of the yards in Brain Park. Like it's literally in the middle of that shit. So I'm not calling it either or. But after that, I moved to Bryant Park, and I lived on 41st and Campbell first from like third grade and so on. But then I ended up moving to 43rd and Rockwell, which is, you know, growing up on that block alone, I ain't gonna lie, low-key made me for who I am today. Just seeing what I seen and going through what I went through on that fucking block, that shit's crazy. Like, in a house and just seeing shit, you know, shit happening, you know, life shit crazy. But that shit definitely molded who I am today, I say. But yeah, that's said and done. Being there kind of showed me what I didn't want out of life, though. Like, I seen a lot of cycles, just cycles I see every day, but it's like, damn, I don't want that shit. And what I knew was because I was always getting into shit that none of my siblings was getting into. I was like striving from the rest of the crowds, like just not even on no bad shit either. Like, I isolate myself. Like, I knew my generation wasn't for me. Like, I was a little more advanced, thinking of grown shit. Like, people may be smarter than me in class and some more shit, but I was more wise. I knew what the fuck was going on in real life. So I knew, like, by 15, 16, I wanted a job and shit at, like, 10, 11 years old. Like, I knew I wanted to start working in some more shit, making money and shit like that. So I was isolating myself. And then again, like, I ain't had what everybody else had either, so I didn't had no reason to be out there, like, playing video games and shit. Like, why would I come over your crib? I'm gonna go home mad as fuck because I ain't got one. Tell them I owed you, why the fuck I ain't got one. But yeah, like, that shit molded me though. It definitely made me wise and made me see like a lot. It made me want a lot, want more for my community for real. Just seeing like, man, just this little bit, someone could have been helped just a little bit. They wouldn't even be in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Or like, they wouldn't even be in the predicament that they're in. But they didn't. Like, they will never know until that one person really steps in and be like, all right, cool, I know I'll take that little stride for y'all. You know, like, let me do this and this for you and show you worth the while. You know, like, you got potential in you more than what you think, you know. But just stay tuned, everybody, stay tuned. I got some shit for y'all. I got people y'all finna meet, some stories y'all finna hear, people I'm finna introduce y'all to. Cool ass people, raw ass people, really all types of shit. Like, ways people think, all types of shit. I'm gonna put y'all on. Y'all gonna see. Like, y'all gonna see. But y'all stay tuned in. Till then, I see y'all.